really thick, really big. And I haven't done a video in a while. I've been at a conference, a very interesting conference, learning about feet, because we don't know enough about feet, so we had to learn more stuff, even though I've done it 23 years at these conferences, same lectures, same place, every year. It's like Groundhog's Day. I don't know if you guys saw the movie Groundhog's Day. Same thing in the patient saying, yep. Same thing, 23 years in a row. I learned a lot, so I'm gonna do this super cool new procedure for the nail where we actually tie a string to one end, the other string to the door, and then we slam the door and the nail comes flying off of there, and then it miraculously never goes back again. It's really cool. So we're gonna do that. That's the excitement of today. And that's the exciting thing that I learned at the seminar. Actually, they taught us not to do that. So anyway, so let's put the tourniquet on. We've got him numbed up. We did his other toe, and I'll show you that in a second too, because it's kind of interesting to see. It was 2 weeks ago, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's wrap this up here. And we're doing this from start to finish here, so you can see what it looks like. Because I think we usually start with the tourniquet on. So what that does, that exsanguinates the toe, that gets the blood out of the toe, and pushes it away from the nail itself so it doesn't bleed as much, because we're going to do the entire toenail. Take a look at the nail, Jelaine, if you can get really close. This is what's cool. If you can see all the fungus under the nail. Did you damage this nail at one point?
This one? Yeah.
What was the injury to it?
Got stepped on by cleats playing football.
Oh, you did? Okay, yeah. So once it's stepped on over and over again, the nail produces extra nail back here under the eponychium, and it grows back thicker than normal forever. So you can see just pressure on that from a shoe, how painful that would be. And it kind of mangles up the nail bed too. So we'll see underneath it if it's real bad. I just want you to see this one real quick too. This was 2 weeks after the procedure, and you can see, look how great that looks. I cleaned it a little bit. I just took an alcohol and a 4x4 and wiped it down, but you did a really good job keeping it clean. And then I took some of the dead skin off, but it looks great after a couple of weeks. So that's what it looks like 2 weeks after. So now we've got him numbed up, and we've got the toe exsanguinated, and we're ready to get that nail off. So let me get my handy glasses on. These are my X-ray glasses. I can see through the toe with these glasses on. It's really cool, an exciting magic trick. I'm trying to entertain the patient here at the same time. So let's see here. So we're gonna go ahead and push this back. Now, one thing with him is he could feel the anesthesia the last time. He reminded me, so I actually put in quite a bit. I think I put like about 8 cc's of 1% lidocaine with epi in there. Do you feel that at all up there? No pain? Good. No. Any pain right here?
Nope.
Okay. So by now he'd be screaming if this actually hurt. Okay, so now what I'm doing is freeing this up. And this is all by feel under the eponychium. And this is actually good. He's got great anatomy here, because you can see, look at how I can lift that eponychium up when I do this and bring it all the way around. It slides right around it really, really nicely too. So this is gonna come off pretty nicely. Now that I'm under it, I'm gonna flip this back, okay, under the nail, and I'm going close to the nail because I try not to damage that nail bed as I do this. And we've done this before, and I'm putting my spatula under it. I'm actually pushing down on the toe at the same time, so it's actually heading dorsally, the spatula, and you can see it coming through the toe right now. You see it popping through, and we're on the nail bed itself. And this is the twisting motion that we can do. I know it looks traumatic. It is slightly traumatic, but what I'm actually doing is I'm parallel to the nail bed. So by doing this, and you can see that flat end of the spatula, see that joint, get close to it. See how it's flat? This is flat against the nail bed, and I just went almost 360 degrees. It's gonna do very little damage to the nail bed rather than just ripping it off. So I actually basically just freed it from that nail bed. And now I can take my curved hemostat. You okay up there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Take my curved hemostat from distally, because right this side over here looks like it didn't want to free up as much. So this side I'm gonna have to free up by flipping it around. And look at that. Look at how deep that is in there. That's truly amazing. But it's gonna peel off just like, an orange peel, I guess. You see what I did there? Look at the underside of that. Amazing how thick it is. This is the damage that he had from the trauma itself. Okay. Oh, we forgot to tie the string to it. Okay, we'll have to do that for the next patient. Sorry, you don't get to do the new treatment for ingrown nails. We'll do it for the next one, so. Okay, so that's it. That's the whole thing. And look at the nail bed. Look how clean that is. It looks nice and clean. I'm gonna get my tissue nipper here, and we're gonna take the dead skin off of it. I'll show you this. And there's not a lot of trauma here, which is great. This will heal fast too, like the other one. Did the other one bleed a lot last time?
No.
Okay. So the great thing about his, like I was saying, the anatomy is good, and the nail itself didn't damage the nail bed too badly. But you can see, I mean, look at this. It's kind of rough right there. See that right there? I'm going to just show you what it's like with the edge of this. But it is a little bit rough, and that's all soft tissue. It's very little bit of soft tissue. It's only about 3 millimeters on top of the bone. So that's really like periosteum right there. A lot of times what we see when people go too deep or rip this off or it's traumatic, you can actually see the bone underneath. This is actually part of the nail itself too. It's actually part of the callus that's formed from the nail digging in. You see that? Kind of cool up there, right? Is it freaking you out up there a little?
No.
Okay, good. But I'm going to clean this out now on the side. This is the most important part right here. See how I spread that? Can you see in there, Jelaine? I spread that there to see, is there anything still stuck in there? And I'm feeling around too, because that's when you get regrowth, that's where it'll grow from. It's usually the edges, and I see something right here too. The edges of this, they can get regrowth because there's usually some nail that gets stuck in there. And I'm looking right here, and I see a little bit of stuff right here on the bed. That's good. So this side over here on the medial side of the toe, it's a little bit rougher, and there's still a little bit of stuff here. Okay, and I think that's it. Now I'm doing this by feel too. That's it. So now we can kill the nail matrix. And this is what we do with the sodium hydroxide. We're gonna put 3 sticks here, 30 seconds each. This is pretty cool, I have to say. It never gets old for me. This is my form of entertainment. Some people go home and watch TV. I come to work and I take toenails off, and that's how I get my entertainment. And then I tell my wife all about it, and she's impressed because every story is different. Every toenail is different. Right, Jelaine?
Right.
Even Jelaine's been doing this a long time too. Jelaine's been doing this about, what, 13 years?
Yep.
Did I get it right? Yeah, very cool. So Jelaine's been doing this long enough, but she's seen many toenails removed. And I don't think she finds it entertaining though. Do you find this entertaining or no?
Sometimes I do.
Do you wish you could do this, like have like 16-hour days instead of 8-hour days?
No.
No? Okay.
I'm good with 8.
She's good with the 8 hours of toes. So 23 years of doing this. It's still a little bit entertaining to me, but I'm sure one day when I'm not taking people's toenails off, I'll miss it. I'll tell my grandkids about all the different toenails I took off and all the different shapes of the toenails that I took off.
You ever dream about it?
How every toenail was different than the next. I have had dreams of being chased by toenails. It's really weird.
Seriously?
Yes. And they were chasing me saying, put me back. Put me back on the toe. Where's my home? I guess they were like homeless toenails. Very odd. I guess that's an odd dream. Then I woke up and realized just a dream. All right, let's see here. I wonder if there's shelters for homeless toenails. Just a bunch of toenails sitting around in a room, hanging out looking for toes. All right, this conversation's getting very strange. This is what happens when you sit around and think too much about toes. Okay, so this is vinegar and water. We're flushing it out.
Is it 50-50?
You know what? How much vinegar? What is the mix that you guys do for the vinegar and water? I'm not even sure. Do you know?
We do have a mixture, but
Do you know what the mix is or no? I don't know what it is, but it's white vinegar and water. Yeah. So don't know. Anyway, let's get this. This is the good part. A little bit of toothpaste. No, it's actually this is Silvadene cream, which is triple antibiotic cream. Good stuff. And you know what? Look at this. It's not bleeding a lot. So there's epinephrine in the injection. So you can see even with the tourniquet off, it's not bleeding a lot, but it will heal great, just like the other one did. Usually these can be a bloody mess when you don't use epinephrine. And the reason they are is because normally local anesthetic, like 1% lidocaine plain, it's a vasodilator. That means it actually opens the blood vessels and more blood rushes to the toe. So when that happens, it causes almost like a throbbing effect. and you get blood rushing down there, and then it bleeds like crazy when you take the tourniquet off, and then people will leave a trail, and you can kind of see, oh look, so-and-so must have been at the podiatrist because there's a whole trail that goes to the front door of their office of blood because they use 1% lidocaine, not epinephrine. But people are scared to use epinephrine too because they say that it can cut the circulation off. I've done this for long enough that I have not had an issue. I would not use it on anyone with vascular issues, but I probably would not take their nail off permanently if they had any blood flow issues. So anyway, we have the dressing on. He's all set. Looks good, right? Got 2 thumbs up there. We're good. So if you like what you see, subscribe to the channel. Scroll down. There's lots of awesome videos, lots of good stuff. If you're watching that new show, by the way, on TLC, it's a great show. There's really cool stuff there. We have a lot of the same procedures that you can see really close up, because I know they can't be really graphic on the cable channels, but you can see some of the same type of procedures if you scroll through our YouTube channel. Or you can see short clips on Instagram at Healthy Feet Podiatry. So we will see you.